This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. We're at Wembley. It's raining. Let's hope it's not raining on Saturday night.
Yeah, let's hope not. It might be though.
I know.
Yeah.
I think
Pouring
there's
down.
10,000 ponchos being handed out. I don't know what's going to happen to the other 70,000, but
Yeah, they're in the stand. They'll be all right.
they'll be all right. Yeah, obviously fight week 2 days away. What's Joshua been like this week, Rob?
Yeah, he's just enjoying his rest. I think we finished Tuesday, 12 o'clock, and then he's got plenty of rest time now between then and the fight. He'll have a little swim and do a bit of walking, but the training ended at midday on Tuesday, so he's got plenty of recovery.
I mean, I'm assuming sort of this week you're kind of what you do with him is very minimal.
Yeah, just don't really see a lot of him. Just see him at the press conference and the public workout. Let him relax, take it easy, and do a bit of walking and stuff. But he should have his energy for Saturday night.
In terms of being a dangerous fight, how dangerous is this fight in comparison to, say, the Klitschko fight, Rob?
Yeah, I think it's dangerous. I think you're fighting one of the top 3 heavyweights in the world in Povetkin. The only fight he's lost was to Klitschko, and it was he got well beat, but he was in there swinging to the very end. So he's a danger while he's in there and he's active. Josh has youth, reach, height. I feel strength on his size. So Josh is going to put all of them into play and take away Povetkin's arsenal and an ambition by the mid-rounds.
Obviously, having picked himself up off the floor to come back to win that fight, he's already been there and he kind of knows what that feels like. So he'll be adamant that to sort of stop that from happening again in any fight.
Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, you're fighting top fighters and it's dangerous, and they all can punch. Heavyweight boxing, you've seen what it's like. But he's prepared. He's done plenty of sparring. He should have more experience now. He's had 30 odd rounds in his last 3 fights, which is enormous compared to what he'd done up to that point. So hopefully it'll stand him in good stead Saturday night. But he's a real fighter, Josh. That's the thing people probably don't get. He's got a nice nature and whatever, but he's a genuine fighter, and you'll see that Saturday night.
The outside public seems to be kind of overlooking Povetkin. They're talking about kind of what may lie ahead for Anthony Joshua. What goes through your head when you're kind of having to focus on the task in hand, which is Povetkin, but there's a million and one other things going on and people want to kind of press on?
I think the reality is all Josh has been concentrating on is Povetkin. It's this heavyweight boxing at this level. It's one round at a time and one fight at a time, and you just can't overlook anybody. And Povetkin's as dangerous as Klitschko was, and he'll come with a game plan, and he'll be a real threat while he's in there. But Anthony's in his backyard. He's the world heavyweight champion, and he intends to be that on Sunday morning. So he's got to go out and throw punches and win the fight in a dominant way.
Comes through Saturday. Is it still unclear now what happens in April and who he could face potentially in April? Is it up in the air, would you say, at the moment?
To be honest, I haven't really thought much about it. The threat's Povetkin Saturday night, and Josh has got to get past him. But obviously, all being well, and he does the job, then you just see how it pans out. But I think what you'll get is, I think Josh will fight all of the heavyweights over the next 2 or 3 years as long as he's successful. I think he'll take on all comers, and I think he's shown that already in the short career that he's had, what he's achieved and who he's fought. And Saturday night's typical of that.
I mean, in an interview I did with him last week, Rob, he said that the likes of Wilder and Fury don't define him as a fighter. If he didn't fight them before, he sort of finished his career.
Yeah, no, they don't. He's his own man. He's earned the right to be unified champion. He's beat whoever he's been put in front of. He's done it in a short space of time. He hasn't messed about. He was fighting for the heavyweight title into not even his 3rd year as a professional. So nobody defines him. He's his own man, and he's a star in his own life and journey, and the people react to him and respond to him, and he's a nice human being, but he's world heavyweight champion, and he fully deserves to be that.
But you believe before, obviously, we're talking about Joshua being 20 fights in, but before kind of the end of his time, if you like, he would have fought everyone that's around.
You have to. He's a heavyweight champion, and and even you've seen heavyweight champions. You saw the 70s and 80s what it was like. All of these fighters should fight each other. All the top fighters out there should be fighting each other and challenging each other, and that's why Anthony's fighting Povetkin on Saturday night. Povetkin's a big name in world heavyweight boxing, a real threat, and it's a massive fight. And because he's from maybe the east and he doesn't get the profile, but it's as dangerous a fight as any of these other fights could be with the Wilders and whatever of the world. Yeah, it's tough night Saturday night, but that's what AJ's about. You won't see him going and having 5 or 6 safe defences. It just won't happen. He's here to test himself, and he'll take on the challenges, and that's what the game's all about, and that's why it's a great sport, and we'll have a huge crowd here Saturday night.
Rob, what do you think when people say that it's you that didn't want him to fight Deontay Wilder next?
It's just not true. I mean, who said that?
Well, no, I've seen comments from people saying that it's
just
you
not true.
part blame on Eddie Hearn.
No, it's just not true. It's not true on anyone's behalf that nobody wanted X fight at any point. The reality is what's real and what's there. And AJ fighting at Wembley, there was an offer gone out to Wilder to come and fight at Wembley. But it would have taken time, to get a fight like that, which is, let's be honest, is going to be a huge fight, a worldwide event. As long as both stay unbeaten, then it will happen. But at the time when it was being discussed, it wasn't definite. It wasn't right. We can do this. This is going to get done. It didn't happen like that.
But when a fight doesn't happen, everyone wants someone to blame. So
blame.
Eddie gets it, you get it. Josh gets it.
If you blame Eddie and me, that's absolutely fine, because Josh will fight anybody.
Yeah.
He'll fight anyone. He'll fight him in his garden. I'm telling you, he will. So if they want to blame anyone, blame me and Eddie. But the reality is it wasn't there. It wasn't like, right, this can be done, but let's do it. Everything's got to be the way it's got to be. AJ's the draw. He's fighting at Wembley. He's just fought at the Principality. He fought at Wembley before that. So there's got to be terms worked out on his behalf, and he's on the strong side, and that's the reality of it.
All right, well, it's stopped raining, so hopefully that's a good sign for Saturday night. But back here again, and go and get the job done.
Hopefully all being well.
Thank you very much.